Shut up. I just wanted to say hi to that.
Shut up. Face the wall. Turn around. Turn around. What's the movement, sir? Give me your hand. Give me your hand.
Yeah. And you weren't really sparring. You were fighting. We were fighting all the time and just guys getting dropped all the time. And that was just the kind of gym that I was in.
But this wasn't a real fight. He was pulling punches. He wasn't giving it his full effort.
Joe Rogan reacted strongly to rumors that Jake Paul was arrested for allegedly trying to script boxing fights. Rogan emphasized that no career achievement is worth risking your life. He warned that boxing is extremely dangerous and should never be taken lightly. According to reports, Rogan believes Jake Paul must seriously reconsider his decisions before stepping into the ring. Again, because chasing fame or money through risky fights can lead to serious consequences.
Because then you can't think, you can't do things, you don't know what the fuck you're doing in life. It's like literally everything is the quality of your ability to think.
Joe Rogan further stressed that boxing is one of the most dangerous sports in the world. He warned that continuing to fight recklessly could result in severe injuries or even death. Rogan also pointed out that being involved in illegal or scripted activities could lead to serious legal trouble, not just damage to a fighter's reputation. Nikisa Badarian responded directly to the rumors, making it clear that neither Jake Paul nor his team did anything wrong or attempted to rig the fight. He strongly denied claims that the bout against Anthony Joshua was scripted, calling them completely false. Nikisa addressed shocking online posts, including rumors suggesting there was an agreement for Joshua not to knock out Jake Paul. He explained that Joshua fought honestly and decisively without following any alleged plan. Nikisa emphasized that Jake trained hard, competed seriously, and took real risks in the ring.
I've seen the script, rigged, this, that, and the other. Do you think now, at the very least, that talk goes away? Broke his jaw, went in there against Anthony Joshua. At the very least, do you think that you guys can move on from that? Like, that won't follow you?
No, I don't. I actually, our lawyers are actively going after a number of people. One who claims to be a lawyer himself online. I don't remember the name or the handle, but it was something that had like 200,000 likes. And basically this post said there was an agreement for AJ not to knock out Jake, but AJ disregarded the agreement and decided to not get his payday, but knock out Jake Paul. So it's pretty astonishing what people say. Your dear friend Lou DiBella saw him put up a bunch of ridiculous things and even said, Nikisa, go ahead and sue me. But this wasn't a real fight. He was pulling punches. He wasn't giving it his full effort.
And so for the people, again, just to clear this up, because I asked Eddie this question, I'll ask you the exact same question. Once and for all, was there any sort of arrangement as far as it should go this many rounds? Because that's the one that I've heard. Oh, Anthony agreed to 3 rounds, 4 rounds. Can you tell us in black and white if there were any talks of any kind between the network, the promotion, the fighter?
There's never once in Jake Paul's career been any talk of that sort, of anything to do with the fight being anything but a real fight that has exactly the same situation as any professional fight. And that's exactly the same thing here for the Anthony Joshua fight. It's just beyond mind-blowing that people would think that. Anthony Joshua was on record saying that if he didn't finish him in the first round, that would be disappointing, that it would be a failure. The narrative changed as we got closer to fight night and obviously post-fight, and I understand why, but they were pretty adamant it would take max 2 rounds.
He also confirmed that legal action is being taken against those spreading false stories. According to him, this clarification is necessary to protect the reputations of Jake Paul and his team, and to make it clear that the fight was legitimate and unscripted. Joe Rogan has already warned Jake Paul not to attempt anything reckless again. Rogan stated that it would take no more than 2 rounds for a top-level fighter to knock Jake Paul out. He strongly advised Paul to stop taking extremely high-risk boxing matches.
The thing, look at all them celebrities like dude from the Mighty Ducks, the little boy actor that got strung out on drugs. And all his fronts and all his teeth were missing from being on meth or whatever, whatever drug of choice he was on. There's no coming back from that. The people who dissipate their teeth through drug usage, you don't get a second set. So if I'm not mistaken, the dude from Mighty Ducks, somebody he's been clean and they gave him a makeover and he has pretty much fake teeth. So yeah, the teeth are gonna be cooked. Now, I agree with the other part that Rogan was saying, but let's keep going.
I think he went into that fight knowing that was probably going to happen. And ultimately, the big win for him would be that he was even willing to do it and that he could do well for a little bit.
Yeah, and I've already expressed my thoughts on this. I'm not giving no props for a person who says I am a real deal boxer because I went in and get smashed and got my jaw broken, but I lasted longer than Ngannou. But I was crazy enough to try. Because, to be honest, we're way past the honeymoon stage with a person like Jake Paul. You've been in this for long enough to go through fight camps, dedicate your time, effort, energy, money, spar with people. You spar with some quality names because you have resources and money or whatever. So we're well past that to the point where you just get credit for stepping in. You maybe got credit your first fight or whatever, first couple of fights, for coming from your background and, stepping in and fighting, but we're well past that. You have a box rec.
Rogan repeated that no career milestone is worth risking one's life. He made it clear that the dangers inside the ring are very real, and that staged or dangerous fights for fame or money can lead to serious consequences. Safety and responsibility, Rogan said, must always come first. Eddie Hearn gave a detailed analysis of the Anthony Joshua versus Jake Paul fight. He explained that the bout followed a clear strategy from Joshua's team, which focused on patience and controlled aggression rather than reckless power shots. The plan was to test Jake Paul, expose his weaknesses, and break him down gradually before delivering decisive punches. Hearn emphasized that this methodical approach represents true professional boxing, where success depends on discipline, timing, and tactical execution instead of raw strength alone. According to Hearn, every phase of the fight was carefully planned to maintain control and build dominance.
The fight, I'm going to break him down, and then I'm going to knock him out. And that's exactly what he did. I thought it'd be all over within 3 rounds. But, when I got in the ring after, because I was shouting, just, anywhere, I got in, he went, what are you rushing me for? And I was like, oh, sorry. So, but like, obviously he knows what he's doing. And actually now quite pleased that we got the rounds, to be honest.
Yeah, I saw you said that. Really random, I was on Twitter and I saw Jake Paul's mom said she wants to get in the ring and punch you. She said she doesn't like the smug look on your face. She was promoting her book, so I'm not sure if she wants, But did you see that? What did you think of that?
No, I was very sad because I couldn't have been nicer and more respectful of Jake and what he's done. And I think Logan's amazing. I think he's an incredible athlete. And I shook Jake Paul's dad's hand in the ring, And if I would have seen Mum, I would have said, all right. But I think over the years, we've obviously had our beef and she probably don't like me anyway. And I am probably a little bit smug. I wasn't smug after the fight because I would have been more smug if it was all over in a round. Yeah. So, no, I'll give Jake respect. And sorry, Jake's mum doesn't like me, but it's
showing how intelligent strategy separates experienced champions from inexperienced fighters. Adam Catterall offered a blunt and honest assessment of the Anthony Joshua versus Jake Paul fight. He highlighted the major imbalance that occurs in modern boxing when popularity influences matchmaking. Catterall argued that Jake Paul's fast rise in boxing is driven more by social media fame and celebrity status than by genuine boxing skill or experience. He pointed out that even while holding back his full power, Anthony Joshua showed superior control.
Own credibility, I've got to knock you out, but I've got to try and knock you out where I'm not hurting you as much as what I could if I unleashed. Yeah. And with the punch you said that he landed, it's not his best punch, it's his most powerful punch, right? Yep. And he's shattered his jaw in 2 places, right? So Anthony Joshua gets his 70 million, whatever it is. But I think he's sitting there thinking, thank God for that. Thank God. On a human level, I've come out, all right, I've sort of, not reputation, but I haven't hurt him as bad as what I could have.
There should be an awful amount of people breathing a massive sigh of relief. Anybody that put that fight together, athletic commissions, like you said.
It wasn't a fight.
No, it was an event. If Anthony damages him, he's got to live with that for the rest of his life.
Absolutely.
That's a lot of stress to deal with, you know what I mean? So I'm sure he's bleeding the side of relief. The team that have put him in there, that have negotiated that for him, but the authorities that put that on and commissioned it as a proper boxing match.
Joshua, I will be saying I don't want that on my record, but for the credibility of them putting the fight on, they would have said to him, no, we've got to say this. It's been commissioned. it's going to be a proper fight. And yeah, I found it. I love my boxing, but I just find the whole thing really, really unedifying. You said about get followers. You mentioned Tommy Fury. Tommy Fury is nowhere near is his level of getting like a British title fight or whatever. Nowhere near. So it's basically he's like
Beat Jake Paul.
Well, oh yeah, sorry, yeah, beat Jake Paul. But so
yeah, but what I'm saying is that's 100. I stand by that.
And precision, landing shots that caused real damage and exposed the massive gap in class. This contrast led to speculation that external pressures may have influenced how the fight unfolded, rather than pure sporting competition. Rumors suggested Jake Paul tried to manage the pace of the fight to reduce risk and protect his image. According to Catterall, this reflects a larger problem with celebrity boxing, where spectacle and profit often take priority over authenticity, skill, and the core values of professional boxing.